Today, it was announced LeBron James has decided that he wants his next team to be the 76ers. Where do you stand on LeBron versus Michael Jordan as the best ever?
Well, Michael Jordan's a guy that's a friend of mine. Play golf with him. He's a really good guy. And I think LeBron is, maybe he's a racist, but maybe he doesn't like Trump. I don't know. But I only like people that like me. So I would say Michael Jordan all the way.
Trump gave a black man his life back after Obama wouldn't. And LeBron still went after him. And I'm telling you, this is not a headline. That's the actual order of events. So let's go ahead and we're going to start right here.
And I was one of those kids, and I was around a community that was like, our vote doesn't matter. But it really does. It really, really does. We have to get out and make sure we vote. We have to get out and be knowledgeable about what's going on, about what we see that our future entails, and this woman right here has the brightest future for our world. The next thing that I love most importantly is the fact that with my foundation and my inner city kids is giving my kids an opportunity to feel like they are important. And thank you. With my foundation, giving kids the notion that someone care about them, that what they dream about, that someone like myself and JR and President Hillary Clinton can make their dreams become a reality is very important to me. And
All right, I'm having a bad hair day. I don't know what's going on. But LeBron was on stage with Hillary. This is obviously a past clip. But in full campaign mode right here, telling the crowd their vote matters. And this woman has the brightest future in the world. You know, he showed up, he performed, he stood next to the person who once called young black men super predators and still made it look like moral clarity. That's the version of concern that gets applause. Now, I want you to watch what happens when the same people who demand proof of character are asked for one single example themselves.
Our president here, his name is Trump. That's a pretty racist man.
How?
How?
Give me an example of his racism.
The news.
Give me one example. Just give me one example.
Just watch the news, sweetheart. There are plenty of examples.
Watch the news, sweetheart. Give me one example that he's racist.
Okay, Trump has flat out. Flat with the racism.
How?
Comments, concerns.
What comments? Name one comment that he said that was racist.
Okay.
Because if he's racist, I want to know, because I don't want to support a racist.
So you support Trump?
I do, yeah. Can you tell me why he's racist?
She supports Trump.
So we've been sitting here for nearly a minute now, and she has still yet to tell me one thing that Trump has said that's racist.
Okay, so if we're going to be quite honest, I couldn't give you a specific...
I know, you can't.
Oh, no, I'm not done speaking. I couldn't give you a specific because I don't pay attention to idiocy. And
okay.
That's idiocy.
So if you're going to call someone racist, I think you should be able to prove it.
Watch the news.
Pull up a clip where he's racist. Go ahead.
Oh. Great. I'm so glad you asked.
It must not have been racist enough to remember because you have to look it up. How do you guys feel about ICE? Did you find the racist clip yet?
Wrong with that. I just said that there were people. Majority of them here are against ICE.
How do you know that?
Because I know them.
Okay. Well, he supports ICE.
You support ICE? Which one? You? You support ICE? Oh, okay. I didn't think so.
What does ICE stand for?
Babe.
So you don't support something that you don't even know what it stands for?
Oh, I didn't respond for a reason.
Can you tell me what it stands for?
No, we're gonna go back to the Trump racism.
Right, okay.
Obviously, some of these clips you may have seen on this channel before, but we got to get to the overall point. And, you know, the quote is always, watch the news. And I'm telling you, watch the news is not evidence at all. It's a dodge dressed up as certainty, right? When someone can accuse but cannot name, the accusation is doing all the work. Hence why I'm on this side. If you don't know why, go look at the pinned video on how I became someone who jumped off of that Democratic plantation. Now, let's go to the same energy, but we're going to move to a different street.
I believe he's racist.
Okay. What proof do you have that he's racist?
I don't have any. That's my opinion.
Okay. Don't you need proof to back that
Not
up?
for an opinion, I don't.
Okay. Well, that's how opinions are formed, reading facts and digesting information.
Rhetoric that he spills every day.
Like what? Can I have proof?
I mean, I don't know anything right off the bat, but I would say, you know, this invading our cities with the military.
That's racism?
No, that's not racism, but the people he's targeting is racist.
So what's the proof that he's racist?
Again, that is my opinion.
Okay.
I'm not here to prove it to you.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you my opinion. You ask me a question, I'll give you my opinion.
Okay.
See?
Anything more recent?
I don't know. His rhetoric every day. Just watching.
What's one piece of rhetoric from him?
I don't know. Because I really don't watch it. I don't really watch his speeches and everything. When what I see on social media, different quotes, things like that. I believe he's
Seems
racist.
to always end the same. I don't watch him. Man claims racism. You know, Kaylin asked him for proof for nearly a whole minute. He gives feelings, rhetoric, and nothing. Two different people, right? Same empty tank. The claim travels farther than the evidence ever does. And I don't think that's by accident. That's the operating system, right? Now, put that next to what actually happened to a black Democrat who needed real help.
God singles you
and
out.
turns President Donald J. Trump's heart towards me. And I'm like, whoa. You know, I never met him. I've never shook his hand. When I finally got a chance to meet him, man, I told him, thank you. You know, even I told him I got a new life, a new ministry, a new wife. And, you know, he was just, for him,
Right.
it was a no-brainer, he said. It was just too much. And I was just like, wow, that kind of power.
A Republican.
A Republican.
Supposedly racist president.
And listen.
Doing this for a Democrat mayor.
Yeah, and they had all kind of excuse. You know, President Obama, I've known him. He knows exactly who I am. We've done fundraisers. We've sat down and eaten. We've hung out.
Right.
We were both in the Democratic Party in our state offices. He was in the Senate in the state of Illinois. I was in the state house in Michigan. We communed in. We you know, I spoke in Chicago. He came over. You know, for him not to do it, people made it all kind of, oh, he can't do it. The press is going to say certain things. And I saw one day when he when he got a commutation for a transgender Army guy who had 7 years on a 28-year sentence. And so I saw that.
That's you.
It was the same thing. And I'm sitting there watching that. Me and John Cotton sitting in the TV room and I said, oh, maybe he had to do that one first to get me.
To do you. And what year were you in?
I was in the 6th year. So I said, maybe he had to do that, you know, to get me. And no.
Never happened.
No,
President Obama.
No, that was his last couple of weeks.
Did it for the person who was confused about his life.
And I am not angry with him.
Understood.
I'm not upset with him. But I don't want people to be upset with me if I talk about Donald J. Trump and what he did.
Correct.
It's gratitude. It's gratitude. I'm thankful.
Cut and dry. It's gratitude.
No
because
question.
you could be still behind.
I should be in my 12th year of a 28-year sentence right now, and I'm sitting with you in North Carolina. You know what I'm going to do when I'm finished? I'm getting on the plane, and I'm going to go lay next to my wife and play with my kids. That's something, you know, I don't want to, you know, get emotional, but that's... Right. People have to understand sometimes that their political banter is not real life. It's not real life. It's how we feel about a certain thing.
Right. So Obama knew him, fundraised him, sat with him, and still left him sitting on a 28-year sentence. Trump, the man they kept painting as the enemy, is the one who moved. Kilpatrick is home, new life, new wife, kids, ministry, because Trump answered and Obama didn't. Now, actions have weight. Slogans don't. One man got to go home and play with his children because the wrong president decided the time had been enough. You know, the other president, the one who looked like him and talked like him, left him there. You know, that difference does not get erased because the media prefers a simpler story. And still, the attacks kept coming from the same direction.
So I'm like, I'm going to this school to play ball, and that's it. I don't want nothing to do with white people. I don't believe that they want anything to do with I don't want it's me and my boys, we going to high school together, and we here to hoop.
LeBron James admits he didn't always trust white people.
It took me a little while.
Right.
to kind of adjust to it.
During the NBA star's HBO show, The Shop, he opened up about life at his mostly white exclusive private high school in Akron, Ohio.
That was like my initial thoughts and my initial shock to white America when I was 14 years old for the first time in my life.
And he candidly admits that when he first got to St. Vincent St. Mary, he had no intention of befriending his white classmates.
When I first went to the ninth grade in the high school, I was on some I'm not with white people. Right. Cause I was so institutionalized growing up in the hood. It's they don't with us. They don't want us to succeed. The hierarchy, and then we're here. Matter of fact, we're underneath this chair.
Wow. LeBron's own words from years earlier. Walking into an all-white school and deciding he wanted nothing to do with white people. Institutionalized thinking he carried at the age of 14. Now, that quote exists. The selective silence around it also exists. One set of statements will get endless airtime. The other gets memory, hold the second it becomes inconvenient. That's not consistency. That's curation. Now, even some of the people who still sit on the left side of the aisle are starting to say the quiet temperature out loud.
Tired of a set of people on the very far left in the Democratic Party, my party, telling us that in order for us to be progressives, we now have to believe ideas and support ideas that are completely nuts.
Completely nuts. That's an understatement. But Van, I think, is reacting to something that's happening in the Democratic Party where these socialists, a lot of them very young, a lot of them very inexperienced, a lot of them who are rich, white kids of privileged backgrounds, coming along and explaining to people like Van Jones and, say, incumbent members of Congress, you all don't have anything to do with this anymore. We're getting rid of you. We're kicking you out, and we're going to pursue the revolution, and we don't need you. Van is saying, well, wait a minute. What gives you the right to kick me out of my own party? Van, if you watch his video, is I've been out here for 3 decades fighting for all these progressive ideas. You're 21 years old, and you're coming along to kick me out of my own party when you've never accomplished anything and are trying to inject political poison into the veins of my party. I'm not going to stand for it.
Now, Van Jones, tired of being told that to be progressive, you now have to support ideas that are completely nuts. Now, when the internal pressure gets that high that even Van Jones is saying that the problem is no longer perception. The problem is the product itself. Just like the product in my head, I won't let me stay down. Why do we keep floating? You just gonna need some time to lay down, y'all. I'm gonna hit the gym today and we're gonna see what happens. But here's what the sequence of events actually shows. Some people traffic in accusation as identity. They don't need proof because the charge itself is the point. It keeps the moral scoreboard titled, or tilted rather, entitled as, victimhood, no matter what the record says. Then you have a black man who needed clemency. The president who shared his party in his background, Obama, left him in his system. The president, they say, spent years calling, everyone of propaganda against him and because they want to paint him as the villain, is the one who opened the door. And the same cultural machine that ignored the first failure still found time to attack the second man. That is not complicated once you stop letting the noise rank the facts for you. Now, real help does not always arrive wearing the jersey you expected. And real character is measured by what someone does when the cameras are not writing the script for them. That black man is home. That's not a theory. That is a man sleeping next to his wife and, like he said, playing with his children instead of counting the years. Everything else is just commentary. So, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to write the word wait. Yes, we're going to use words that we've used before. And today, thus also faith by itself, if it does not have works, is dead. James 2:17. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. Peace.